take this, load recent. I'm going to grab a piece of G code here. I don't know which one that is. Hope it's. Oh, I know what it is.
This is the
I know what it is. So this is something that Mr. Richardson was working on, and it actually is pretty cool. Anyway, this is just a little bit of a viewpoint of it. There's more to it, but you guys can't see it. I'll tell you why later. Anyway, so let's suppose that, well, up here is supposed to be something, and nobody knows what's going on with it. So I'm very frustrated, and I want to share this file with Carl. Oh, that's me. So all you do is go File and Email. Right there.
There you go.
And you say email the G code. And I'm actually going to send it to me.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I don't have to do that because I think I've already sent something to me before right there.
Yep.
There you go. And I'm going to say, what's up, dude? Can't see it all. And all you have to do is say send. All right, sure. No, don't have to click it again.
Okay.
It has to RAR it up.
Ah, yes.
If it's over a certain size, we try to zip it up. And I think this one's pretty big.
How large is this? Oh, it's
in the megabytes.
It's a half a million lines. So,
as I recall, it was like 17 meg.
Yeah. Okay. The space shuttle has some pretty bad computers running it. Thank you, U1J. And the laptops they put on board to do experiments had more power and capacity than the flight computers. That's kind of scary.
Yes, it is.
Hopefully they were as, if not more so reliable than anything else. So he said it worked before you witnessed it. Okay. Eagle and Jay's talking about the whole send stuff. We've been going back and forth.
Yeah. We just hadn't shown you guys how it works, but apparently I picked a very large file, and it's taking us this sweet time about sending up. So anyway, that's the way it's supposed to work.
Oh, hi Aldrich. How you doing?
Yeah. And
Yeah. Let's see, Peru guy. The last print you helped with came out great.
There you go. It's done sending.
I can't wait until the software upgrades come out.
Now that was a massive print, and by the way, it really did get to me. Oh, really? Yeah. So I'm sure it did. Every other one did.
Can we pull it up just to show them? No.
We could, but I don't want to do it on that screen because I don't want to know my secret password.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Here. Pull up over here so they can't see anything. There we go.
That's yours, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you just log out and I'll log in.
Yeah, exactly. So.
By the way, thanks a lot, Mr. Gaipa, for your help in debugging the...
big time.
Yeah, the big time, as in the emailer.
Yeah.
I guess I already shared what happened when we were debugging it.
A little bit. Okay. Alright guys, I'm going to move this over just so you can see really quick.
There it is.
So...
Hey, let's go. I want to go see what it looks like, because I've actually never emailed anything to myself before. And there's your attachment, and it's 19 megabytes. So I'm really surprised that Google let it go through.
Google has a maximum, I think, at 25.
Is it 25 now? It used to be 10. So
Yeah.
there you go, guys. David Copperfield's got nothing on us.
Yeah.
I just magically sent that through the internet back to everybody.
Yep.
You can just close that out. Just close the whole thing. Or upper right-hand corner of the put-away box.
No, I know. This is we have to have this guy up and running.
Which you can close my email, can't you?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we're good.
Don't show them everything. I want to see the presidential accommodation I got.
All right. So, anything else on VNC before I close it up?
I think that'll. I mean, there is a lot of new features, but we're actually trying to save that for a next session where we break it into videos.
Okay. Very cool.
So.
All right. Perfect. Eagle and Jay says, mind you grabbing calculator.
Graphing, yeah.
Your graphing calculator is more power than the computers that got us to the moon. Yes, that's true. You were very right, Eagle and Jay. That's kind of scary, but also incredible at the same time.
John, I can't wait till the software upgrade comes out too. And you know, it wasn't without effort that it took to even get back to this country. So I don't know if everybody knows, I went to Germany to work for 2 days this week, and they tried to keep me there. I tricked them. They're going to make a movie about that flight.
Yes, they will.
They will definitely make a movie about that flight. That trains, planes, and automobiles has got nothing on me at all.
Yep.
So,
Or as you say, when do we get it? When do we get the new software?
hey, I'm working on it. I'd tell you yesterday, but I've got one more thing I'm trying to get out there and tested, and then I'm going to release it. But if you want me to explain it to you, you can Skype me in and I'll explain it in person.
Thank you, Eagle and Jay.
We're all in the same boat on that one, man. So, but there was,
That was quite a bit, actually.
yeah,
So,
that's a good little thing.
one thing that we do need to tell everyone for all of the printers moving forward is about the update that we've done to the heated bed.
Okay,
That's something that, so just so everybody knows what's happening to the heated hot bed.
So let me bring that up. So we had been making and shipping heated bed platforms that are made out of a single molded piece like this, and it was awesome because this tray back here was capturing all the stuff falling out of the heads when we're doing our initial purge. However, this adds about 18% more surface area to cool, number one. And number two, it makes it impossible for us to add the rotary cleaning brushes that we've been trying to develop for the last year. And so we have decided to ship the printers with this. And for those of you guys that already received them, don't worry, because it's all in the plan. Someday you're going to want another hotbed, and we will sell it to you for a special cost, which is just an Andrew Jackson. That's a $20 bill for you guys that have already gotten this.
Yep. That's a steal.
And then whatever the $6 is for it fits, it ships. But when you get that, then we already shipped the printers in advance, knowing that we have a plan for the brush cleaners. And it's like everything else. We don't want to send it out until we're happy with it.
Yep.
And so, but it doesn't mean it's not happening. It just means that, it will come to you in a state that works. So, unlike the acknowledge code, which is still a major frustration for everybody on the planet, but won't be for a while. So that's the story with that. These are identical.
Yes.
The only difference is that the trough is removed.
Yep.
And with that, you can get almost another 8 or 10 degrees C without having any more specific requirements on the hotbed. In the heated build chamber, you're right at 80 degrees C that you can stabilize that now. That's with no tricks or anything. We have 2 more build platforms in design that will be released at some point. And I would love to give you a date, but I had to bite my tongue to do that. One of them is meant for slower prints, but there are some prints that require higher mass. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but they require a higher mass build platform. And we also have the hot-cold build platform also in the same situation. So just know that that's in the works. And we also have a precision planed version of this that is smaller. So it is only the build area, and it's even a slightly reduced build area over what we're capable of doing. It's not the 10 by 9, it's more like 8 by 6.5 or 7. And that one is capable of getting much higher temperatures on it for those people that feel like they have to go north of 100 degrees C. And just leave it like that. We have a lot going on. As you guys can tell, we are still struggling with shipments. It means that we're working around the clock, and someday something's going to fall in place, and then everything's going to be great after that. Anyway, I know that sounds like a crazy thing to say, but we got to believe. We drank the Kool-Aid, we got to swallow it. So, anyway.
So Hildrick says, I didn't want to ask because I was late and I thought someone had already asked. Go ahead and ask it, Hildrick. Absolutely. Eagle and Jay, what, you don't like my copious amounts of painter's tape and paper sealing off the printer?
I thought it was sheer Michelangelo personified. And we are, of course, prohibited from doing that Michelangelo act. But what you do in your privacy, comfort of your living room is your business. We do appreciate you sharing it freely with other individuals so that they can share in your joy.
Yes.
There are so many things going on with dialing in the materials, dialing in the stress relief, coming up with cycling, temperature cycling. We have an infrared heater, which, by the way, doesn't infringe on anyone's patents.
Yep.
And so we have lots of things for annealing that are like flash annealing. And in some ways they'll be better. In some ways they won't be better. And we're still figuring out where we can improve the process. As you can see, the prints continue to improve. I think Hutch showed that tonight quite nicely.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? For Hildrick's sake, why don't you throw up the 3 in 100 micron print at some point?
Okay.
Mr. Hutch has been playing with the printers all day, all weekend, and decided he was going to put this thing to the test and do another 100 micron print and a 300 micron print side by side. He's making a ring that will just about fit my baby finger. Why they make little rings, I do not know. You think it's going to fit my baby finger? Just barely.
Just barely. Yeah.
And that's the only finger it'll fit. And it's not because they're... Oh, almost lost that finger. Anyway, he's going to put these under a microscope and show them off one more time. And while he does that, I'm going to put on my glasses and read some more questions.
Okay.
Oh, God. Yeah, I got that one, Eagle and Jay.
There you go. So Hildrick, there you go. This is a 300 micron, and that's a 100 micron right there. So you can definitely tell the difference.
And I know he did it because I was here today when he did it.
Yep.
So that'll give you an idea.
So, big difference. So they are the same size.
So John, I agree with you. I like my catch tray. It makes it clean. You still get to keep the catch tray.
That's right.
It's just that the catch tray will now be stationary. It's not attached to the bed. And so normally you'll never see the difference. If you're in a park position, you won't even know it's not, it's right still there. It's just we have a place for the catch tray to attach directly to the backdrop. We're experimenting with that. We can still get more of these. That's not a problem. I mean, people that want to keep the old style can keep the old style.
Yeah.
You'll find that we're continually moving towards better quality print, faster printing. Better quality first, faster printing second. So, anyway, that's a very good photo you got there.
Thank you.
Now, this is with the current firmware. It'll be very interesting to see what it does with the next.
This next firmware. Oh yeah.
The next start stop.
And this is without cleanup, guys.
Yeah, this is totally right off the printer.
So, yeah.
Good.
Yep. How will we be providing the recipe for the 100 micron build? Great question. Great question.
Wow.
I wish I would have thought of that. There's we're gonna be putting a lot of these particular kind of recipes up on our wiki, so you guys can download the individual file sets, and then there's documentation available that will show you guys how to put the recipes on. So, and that means the recipes on your there you go. You put your recipes on your printer. So. And yeah, they practically are. Actually, they are pretty much they are perfectly round. So.
Well, perfect is an anomalous statement. They appear to be very nice circles. Oval shapes.
So the print time for the rings again, Hildrick, the 300 micron was about 15 to 20 minutes, and the 100 micron was roughly about 45 to 100. 45 to
100 hours. Yeah.
1 to 1 hour. I'm sorry. Getting kind of loopy. It's getting kind of late.
I had the drunken noodles. I don't know why he's talking funny. Hey, I got something to share tonight. Okay, so the two gentlemen who came to visit us from California today, they told us something interesting. One of them, I hope he doesn't get mad, one of them got arrested last night. So I got to tell you why he got arrested. Now remember, we're in the great state of Georgia, in the South, and we have this thing called, is it blue laws?
I believe it is a blue law. It's something like that.
It's a liquor law that says you
It's a liquor
can't
law.
buy alcohol on Sunday or after like 11 p.m. on Saturday night or something like that.
It's 11:50.
Okay.
Depending upon your county that you're in. Yeah.
Yes, the print speed was identical.
Yeah.
So he went to his hotel lobby and went to get one beer and decided that, he wanted to take it down to the room. Anyway, the police knocked on the door and he found out George is serious. Anyway, I'm sharing that with everybody. I shouldn't have probably done that. Let's answer the questions.
Well, if you guys come and visit us, just realize that if you are in the mood to have a beverage,
all right, let's see what it says.
Before.
Does the layer thickness affect the shrinkage? Just a second. I'm going to try it on right now. Oh, you know what? That is a good question, but it does show that it's a much thicker.
The 300 micron?
Look at this. That's significant difference.
Is it?
You can't see the difference?
Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm looking at a different angle.
Got the calipers right here.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Great question.
Yeoman, you're the man.
Okay.
We don't unfortunately know what the dimension's supposed to be. That was .270. That's 290. It's half a millimeter thicker.
Yeah. Well, what actually makes sense though, from 300 to 100, in one aspect. Oh, I know why. I may know why.
Broad
Yeah.
Well, to answer your question,
that makes sense.
we're not sure.
So.
Was it super
speeder for sure?
I'm not sure I get that one.
I think he's talking about making the print probably was very fast. We actually, when you go to 100 microns, guys, in order to get a really nice, consistent build, and to get it for the quality to come out just nice and just perfectly, you actually do have to turn down your print speed from basically, which is 25 millimeters per second, or on training classes you guys have seen, it's at 1500 millimeters per minute. It's going to go down to 1,000 millimeters per minute, which is roughly 16.667 millimeters per second. So it is just a little bit slower when it comes to making these guys. So 300 millimeter, we did at that, and also at the 100 micron, we did at that. So I'm sorry, not 300 micron, and then 100 micron. So
I like the finish on this. I'm impressed with what you did.
The finish is beautiful. Yeah.
Not bad.
So
not bad. All right, Les. I find the control of the first layer thickness affects the build, especially for fine, small parts. Yeah, he dialed that in.
Mm-hmm.
Material transport speed was reduced to 1/3 while printing 100 microns. By 1/3. So it cut back 30%. It printed at 70% of the thicker material.
Yep.
So.
Can you share the STL for the ring?
Yeah, of course.
Is this a shareable file?
They told me we could.
We could? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes,
3D Print Life guys are the ones who gave it to us. They're the ones that were here from Los Angeles today.
Mm-hmm.
They were at the CES show. They made it possible for us to go to the CES show. And you can share that.
Okay, cool.
Matter of fact, if I was up, I could do it just to right click and ship. How do you like that? Email it along with the recipe.
That's true. That's very, very true.
You saw me email the large file to myself a few minutes ago. You can email the recipes, and you can email the G code, and you can email the STL, all just a click.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to leave. You don't have to type hardly. You just have to know who you want to send it to. And if it's someone you've sent it to before, it's in a pop-up box.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd be happy to share it with you, Jim.
Neilman, no, the super speeder ticket when I got visiting you guys. Oh yes. Georgia in certain counties as well.
He got a super speeder ticket?
They take speeding very, very seriously.
Unless you're going to a donut shop.
Oh, yeah, well,
Yeah.
you know.
I didn't know that, Yeoman. I'm sorry you got that big ticket.
Mm.
Boy.
Yeah.
Well, when y'all come to visit us, just make sure not to drink after midnight on Saturday night, and make sure not to drive too fast.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see.
more material was used printing 100 microns. No, the flow rate is proportional. It measures out the volume, calculates it, so it actually does not use any more material whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the way it works. The head puts out material, but it receives information about the actual movement velocity of the heads and the layer height. By the way, that's thanks to Greg. And then it knows the Z height, and it has a calculation it performs. And most of the time it turns out good. We had some round off errors in earlier firmware that was fixed, and so we have pretty consistent results now, right now.
Oh, Carl.
Yeah?
When we measure like this guy's only off by, in this section, it's only off by that much. I mean, you go to this section, there's a little bit of overfill that got filled in at the very top.
But because we're in
So-
larger layers, you can have bigger anomalies, like in the motorboating.
Yeah. That's,
Plus, that was not at 0.9, it was 0.95 when you printed it.
Yeah.
So the material actually, look at how smooth the top and bottom
And
is.
the
So
outer is
comparatively
smooth.
speaking, well, that's why
Yeah.
this one's on spec.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
what can I tell you? Many of you have been doing so many prints and getting good results. We appreciate you feedback. I mean, less music, and I know Pro E guy's done some good prints. Going to get better with
and
David.
Powers USA.
Jim.
Thank you, sir.
So
Yeah.
we have a full-time guy in another country who's going to be hired. I'm supposed to meet him a week from 2 weeks from Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I get confused, and I'm kind of in a warp bubble right now. I'm motorboating.
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, Mr. Gaipa, you tend to ask the tough questions. I'm glad you're not the district attorney. I would be in big trouble. Okay, so that's funny because we were just talking about that this afternoon. Motorboating is a phenomenon where there is a gap to be filled, and the gap isn't quite 2 full spaces. So the geniuses at Slicker 3 have made this little zigzag pattern,
Yep.
and unfortunately, that's pretty rough on every printer I've ever seen. Now, our printer can handle it, but we need to slow it down a little bit in those areas, or we need to slow down the whole print, and we're still figuring out how we want to deal with that. But
Yep.
the concept is to slow down the print and overflow so we flood fill that one space, extra material. And no, I didn't work on that this week. I've been fixing the other stuff and getting it out the door, meaning, and I traveled a little bit, just to Europe and back. But it's going to be in the next release. It won't be in this release. It is definitely on my Scrum list of things I want to do for the next release, though. Getting rid of motorboating will definitely increase the speed capability of the prints. There's a couple of things I've done where I have look-aheads on the velocity so that I know before this move is finished if there's a direction change. And if there is, I can calculate how we want to deal with that. So, you know, you understand if I'm doing an arc, there's never such thing as a radical change in direction. It's always just a few degrees of motion. So I don't even need to ramp the acceleration there, which is awesome. Now, if you're doing like a triangle, again, you don't fold back on yourself too much. Oh, there are some cases. But if you're doing a move out and then you jerk straight back, or a slight angle straight back and back forward again, this causes a lot of interesting momentum problems, and they can be a challenge. So I'm got a way to calculate what that is. And the thing is we have to synchronize how the feed rate, sorry guys, it's way past my bedtime, how the feed rate keeps up with this change of velocity.
Yeah.
Next release. First release, acknowledge, prime unprime, all the good stuff you saw in the demo tonight, where you can do support material without too much trouble, the embedded offsets, and something's cooling off and popping up.
Yep.
Hutch has made me a true believer on the pop off the glass sound, because it is just like something over there is going and
I do my best.
yeah, I'm great Swami.
Yes.
So
Plus
anyway.
Music says the donut shop qualifies as an escort. Depends upon if you're buying or not. Hildrick says, during the last 2 or 3 weeks you sent 2 emails and didn't get any answer. Hildrick, I apologize. I am so sorry.
Did you send them to me? Give him my email directly. I apologize. I thought we just didn't connect, but
Yeah, there you go. No, it's over here.
oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I'm going to get spam from everybody on the planet.
Well, do you want to use the HYREL account for right now?
No, I don't. Give him my direct one.
Okay.
That way I know I'll get it. I'll turn on my anti-spam engine.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So please shoot it to me. I'd love to talk to you, and we can make a plan.
Yeah.
Because that's what I need.
Sorry about that, Hildrick.
So who are gonna ship this week? I know we got Yeoman on deck.
Yeah, you got Yeoman, you got Kavan, you've got, looks like John Hubbard.
You're not gonna get. Is John at 30?
Yeah. Aldea Boaz.
Yeah. Aldea's gonna go. Yeoman's gonna go.
Looks like Chris Creel. Yeah.
For sure, John. Yeoman.
Yep.
You're going for sure. Aldea's going for sure.
Mm-hmm.
She was actually our #1 Kickstarter, and she came and did the training, and then they decided they wanted to go for the System 30. That was back before Thanksgiving,
Yep.
and I let them know it would be Christmas before we would have one for them. And I think we kind of passed through Christmas, and we hadn't heard from them. They hadn't heard from us. We kind of like ships in the night, and so for sure we're going to take care of her this week. And Yeoman, you drove up here from Florida way before November, so you are definitely the next one to go. And the other guys, you got him here. You know, he can show you with the camera. They put 2 more up for test today.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to push hard to get several more out this week. But I don't want to promise anything today. You're welcome to call us directly. There's one little thing. Someone contacted us after last week's broadcast, and totally understandable. I mean, sometimes we don't make sense. Saying it didn't look like there was a pattern to how we were shipping. So I'm going to let you know how that pattern's been formed. The more engaged the recipient of the printer's been with us, the more training, the more that we know that they are going to work with us, which has been the case in almost every person that's received a printer. And the reason for that is, the more engaged they are, the quicker we put them to the front. And these guys have really all been alphas. In reality, they've all been doing tests for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how we were able to prioritize it. They took the training. They contacted us. They wanted it so bad they were willing to share it with us when they got out of the box, so we can walk them through it. Now, why do you think we're doing that? We're doing it because we don't have a manual. We're working on it, just like everything else. See, but that's the honest truth. I mean, I could tell you a bunch of other stories, like lightning struck Arizona, etc., etc. We're working on that. That will smooth out, hopefully, in the near future.
Yes.
And a suite of videos and a little simple manual. The videos are worth gold. The simple manual is something for the 3% that actually read the manual, and then we continue on. What you guys may or may not know, if you've been watching the broadcast, is we actually have 100 spare printers in process at this moment, but they will be 6 to 7 weeks before they hit the end of their production cycle. That's where I am going, not this week, but a week from today I will be in transit, and I will be gone for 14 days. During those 14 days, I will visit our factory in Shenzhen, who supplies the next round of circuit boards, cables, and then I will fly to Vietnam, where I will be doing a second source and spec on 50 System 30s. So you guys can